welcome to our new video series. So this is the 3-step system to build a 6-figure e-commerce business in 12 months or less. You are watching part 1 of this 3-part series. I'm Matt Clark, one of the founders of Amazing.com, and I have with me 2 very special guests who are also going to be doing some training with us in this video series, and I'll let them introduce themselves right now.
Hey, thanks, Matt. I'm Mike McClary. I've been selling online now for about 9 to 10 years, and I'm really excited to be here today to help deliver the first of 3 steps to really building a successful Amazon business.
And I'm Devin Dorsch, and I've also been selling for about 8 years. And I'll be sharing how to run traffic on Amazon.
All right, thanks guys. So just to make sure that the video comes through as clear as possible and you can see everything on the slides, we're gonna go ahead and shut off our cameras and then jump into the training. All right, so before we get started, I want to give a quick disclaimer. Just like if somebody is doing some training on a health idea, they'd have to give a disclaimer, also a medical disclaimer. In our case, we're talking about making money and building businesses, so we have our own set of disclaimers. So we can't guarantee you're gonna succeed. Building any business, including all the ones that we've built, involve risks. Hard work, time, and luck play big parts in our success as entrepreneurs, but the process we share with you to build an e-commerce business today has worked for us and some of the people that we've taught. But go ahead and assume that our results and the results of anyone we share in this webinar are not typical. However, it's our opinion that the model we show you in this video series is well worth the effort and the risk. A big thing about e-commerce today is that the game has changed. This product on the left by a company called Zesty Paws is a pet product, little bites that they chew to sort of improve their gut health. This is a basic kind of product that you're going to learn how to sell and how to find on this training series. This brand was sold for $610 million, which is absolutely insane. This kind of thing did not exist before. When we first started doing e-commerce, teaching e-commerce, you were a super success. If you were doing 50 grand a month, 100 grand a month, that was massive. Nowadays, these kind of brands are being bought for millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, and even hundreds of millions of dollars. This is an article from a company called Marketplace Pulse that puts out a lot of good data on, especially on Amazon. And they said Amazon aggregators, which an aggregator is these companies that have raised a ton of money basically to buy the exact kind of businesses that we're teaching you how to build today. So Amazon aggregators raised over $12 billion in 2021. That's just in 1 year. That doesn't include all the money raised before then. $12 billion just to buy businesses exactly like the one you're learning how to build in this video series. This is Amazon itself. As you can see, this blue section keeps growing. That blue section is what's called third-party sales, which are all the sales that people like us and people like you sell stuff on Amazon. So that's about $390 billion last year alone. The pie on Amazon keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger every single year. E-commerce is not going backwards. It just keeps growing. Amazon's reaping a lot of those rewards, but there's also a lot of opportunities outside of Amazon, which we're going to get into much later in the video series. So the reason we recommend you start on Amazon is not because we get paid by Amazon or anything like that. It's just because it's the easiest and best place to get started. First off, there's $400 billion in third-party sales, like we just talked about. Hundreds of millions of people are already there looking to buy stuff. It does 80% of the work for you. They handle most of the customer service. They are your website. They handle all the payment processing, returns, fraud, all that kind of stuff that you would have to deal with on your own website. They do a lot of the fulfillment for you, picking and packing and order processing and all that kind of stuff that if you didn't sell on Amazon, you'd have to figure out on your own. They also have these massive automated warehouses like you can see in that picture all over the world to store and ship out your products. So you can literally run your business with just a laptop. There's instant trust on Amazon. People trust buying on Amazon. And there's 153 million Amazon Prime members that are sitting there ready and able to buy your stuff and get free 1 or 2 day shipping. Amazon keeps bumping up the price of the Prime membership, and it's not hurting it at all. It keeps growing and growing and growing and growing, which is a huge advantage to selling on Amazon. So this is the main reason we recommend you start there, but eventually you're going to want to sell beyond Amazon to increase the value of your business. And once again, we'll talk about that a little bit later. But there's a few challenges. So in this business, there's been a lot of challenges, especially over the past couple of years. E-commerce has grown like crazy, but there's been a few things that have not been so great if you're looking at this business. First off, because there's been so much money made and available in e-commerce and on Amazon, it's created a lot of competition. A lot of people are not just sitting there saying, oh, I'll just let all those other people make all that money. I'm going to go see if I can make some also. So I just did a quick search for Bluetooth headphones, and there's over 10,000 results for Bluetooth headphones a lot. That's a lot of people fighting for that one keyword. There's also ads all over the place now. So when the Amazon advertising platform was launched a few years ago, it was amazing. It was super profitable, very easy to run. Nobody was really using it yet. Now it's such a huge part of Amazon's business that they started putting it everywhere on their site. Costs have increased, competition's increased, so you really got to know what you're doing today with the ad platform. Also, global shipping rates, if you've been watching this at all, increased about 5 times in about a year and a half during the pandemic. Now, this is likely temporary. As you can see, it's kind of trailing off and going down now back to normal rates, but it's still pretty high, and this all came because, a lot of factories and shipping ports shut down due to the pandemic. And then, people all of a sudden started ordering a ton of stuff. They started getting, had a lot of extra money. They couldn't really travel. They shifted a lot of their purchases from services to hard goods. And that meant that there became this big backlog in shipping. And so shippers just raised the rates to kind of account for all this. Now, eventually this is going to turn back around and already has started, but this has caused a lot of challenges in this business. So the question is, what do? There's this massive opportunity with people building $1 million, $100 million businesses, and there's $12 billion looking to buy these kind of businesses, but there's also big challenges at the same time. We need a new game plan that works today. We need a revolution in how we think about this business. Here's what it is, because we're building a real life-changing business. This isn't just some short-term hustle where you make a few $100 or a few $1,000, then you're off doing something else. It's a path to create massive wealth. If you're serious about building a business, about creating financial freedom for yourself and for your family for the long term, forever, so you never have to work for somebody else again, you're in the right place. We must think like real entrepreneurs today. If we do, anything is possible. How do I know this is possible today? Because I've done it. Over the last few years, I've built an e-commerce brand completely outside of Amazing that's done over $44 million in sales and is valued at about $40+ million right now, which is crazy. This is unheard of, say 5-10 years ago for this kind of business. It's possible today. This is also somebody that we've taught, Anna, who is here in Colorado, and this is a screenshot she sent us doing over $400,000 in sales in a single month. She built this kind of business starting right where you are today with some training like this, and we taught her how to build this kind of business. She just sold it last year for over $1 million. She was working a job, she did this part-time. That's how we know this is possible today. There are 3 steps we must follow to build a 6-figure business in 12 months or less. Step number 1, pick a good product to sell. Step number 2, create a great product page. And step number 3, get the right kind of traffic. Now, who are we? We're going to teach you all this stuff, but why should you listen to us? I'm Matt Clark. I've sold over $200 million online. I've helped students sell over $9 billion in their own e-commerce businesses. Been on Inc. 500 list 2 times now with the e-commerce brand that's completely separate from Amazing. I'm doing the stuff that we're teaching here. I've been featured in Forbes, CNBC, Entrepreneur, lots of other publications, and I just moved to Colorado, which is amazing. I was in Austin for about 12 years and now relocated to the mountains of Colorado. Then we have Mike McClary, who's going to be coming up next. He's the owner of a 7-figure e-commerce brand. He's helped thousands of people get started. He's a top Amazon marketing expert. He's spoken to thousands on stage, and he is now a new empty nester in St. Louis. Also big life change, but a little bit different. And so then we've got Devin, who's going to be joining us to teach the traffic side of our training here. He's also the owner of a 7-figure e-commerce brand. His brand, a grilling company, has been featured twice on the Inc. 5000 list as well. He's a member of multiple private masterminds, so he's got an insider look at everything going on in this business. He was a former accountant turned full-time entrepreneur, following the exact same kind of training that you're going through today. And he just joined us to help more people change their lives and achieve financial freedom here at Amazing. And, I'm not going to go through a bunch of this sort of stuff, but we've been doing this for a long time. We've worked with cool people like Richard Branson of the Virgin Group, Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Sarah Blakely, billionaire founder of Spanx, who just sold a massive chunk of her business to a private equity group. We've been featured in all kinds of other publications. All we're trying to say is that we do this stuff every day. We've been doing it a long time, and we're here to help you. We're here to show you how to build your own six-figure business in 12 months or less. Now, the real goal of business is the freedom to do what you want. To get freedom, you need to increase your wealth to have more options. And the best way to do this is to build a cash producing asset. So now what does it take to create a six-figure or $100,000 plus business? Let's say your first goal is $100,000. You're probably likely going to want to go way beyond that, but your first goal is to build a $100,000 business. The average multiple for this kind of business right now is about 1 times your sales. So if you want to build a $100,000 business, you need to sell about $100,000 a year annualized. That means your weekly sales, which comes in the annualized part, your weekly sales are a little less than $2,000 per week. Now, the kind of business we're going to show you how to build, the average selling price is about $30 for a typical product. That means you need to build a business with about 9 units per day sold. That's how you get to a six-figure business. That's your first milestone. Just 9 units a day of the kind of product we're going to show you how to sell in this training series. This is somebody who did just that. She launched her first product in March of 2021. She said on day 17, she had basically sold $10,000 in a single month. And so that's $2,500 a week. That's well over a $100,000 business following the exact same steps that you're learning here. So the 3 steps to a six-figure business in 12 months or less: pick a good product to sell, create a great product page, get the right kind of traffic. Video number 1 is the one that we're in today. Mike is about to take over and talk all about how to pick a good product to sell. In the next video, we're going to cover the next 2 steps: creating a great product page, getting the right kind of traffic. Devin's going to teach that last part. And then in the final video, video number 3, we're going to talk about how you take this exact kind of business and go from 6 figures to $1 million plus and beyond. The exact same kind of business using the right kind of growth framework. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We're on step number 1 with picking a good product to sell. Here is Mike McClary.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Matt, and welcome everyone to the first of our 3-step video series on how to build a 6-figure e-commerce business in 12 months. As Matt already mentioned, there are 3 steps to success, and that's to pick a good product, create a great product page, and then get the right kind of traffic. But one thing you might be asking yourself is, what does this really look like over the next 12 months? Because that's our entire goal, to do this in a 1-year period. Well, let's go take a quick look at that right now. So if we break this down, these 3 steps, into, let's call them 3-month chunks, we can very easily see how we can accomplish all this in 12 months. The first one, to find your good product to sell, can be done in 3 months or less. And that's because there's a couple different steps involved. You'll want to get your account set up. You'll want to find your product. Then you also need to find a supplier. And then finally, by the end of those first 3 months, you'll want to place your order. After that, then there's a lot of things going on in the background that you don't have to worry about. Your manufacturer is going to be making the product, then your freight forwarder is going to be shipping those products to you. So that gives you time to really focus on the second step, which is create a great product page and prepare everything for your launch. Then once your products have arrived and you're ready to kick off your launch, that's when you're going to launch your product and start working on PPC, or pay-per-click advertising, which Devin's going to show you exactly how to do it, how to kick off the launch with that, and also how to optimize everything so you're continually getting more sales and more profits. And then really there's a 4th step also, and Matt already mentioned that as well. You repeat this process, you grow your business, and you scale it to $1 million or more. All right, but let's jump right into the training and start learning how to pick a good product to sell. So with this step, there are multiple steps inside of it. The first one's going to be get set up to sell. Then you're going to want to find your product. We'll show you how to do that as well. You'll find a supplier to make that product for you. And then finally, you're going to place your order. Now, the first product, getting set up to sell, is pretty simple to do. And what we want you to understand is that no matter where you live, you may be thinking that you're going to sell on your own country's Amazon marketplace, because they're now all over the world. But what we want you to do is to start selling on Amazon.com in the United States. And the reason for that kind of goes back to one of the slides that Matt talked about earlier as well. If you look at the sales, and these just came in for 2021, Amazon did $314 billion in the United States. And if you look at how much sales they did in every other country, Germany did 37 billion, still very respectable. The UK did 32 billion, Japan did 23 billion, and then all the other countries combined did 63 billion. And if you add all that up, the United States, or Amazon.com, did more than twice the amount of the entire world combined. And because there's so much volume, so many customers buying in the United States, and because it's actually the easiest marketplace to get set up on, we want you to start selling on Amazon.com. Which leads me to the next question you might have. What if I don't live there? What if I live in Canada or somewhere in the UK or Germany or Japan? Can you still sell on Amazon.com? And the answer is yes. Used to be able to do this from about half the countries in the world, but last year in 2021, Amazon opened it up even more to nearly 100 additional countries that you could sell in. Now, depending upon what list you're looking at, there are about 195 different countries in the world. Amazon now lets you sell from 188 of them. That means that as of today, the only countries that you can't sell from are these 7 right here: Andorra, Cabo Verde, Cuba, Djibouti, Iran, North Korea, and North Macedonia. And they actually maybe open up even more of these throughout the year, because I think their goal is to let every country and every person in those countries sell from anywhere in the world on Amazon.com. Now, if you want to, and when you're ready to get selling on Amazon to get your own account, you simply go to sell.amazon.com and click on the sign up button on the screen there. They make it a very simple process, ask you a few things. You need some identification to prove who you are, also something that's going to show that you live where you do, and then the process is pretty straightforward. Now, the cost of that is about $40 a month. However, if you're watching this first video right now, we don't recommend that you create your account until after you've went through all of this training. And in reality, I'd prefer that you go through all 3 of the videos here to really make sure that you're not spending $40 a month until you've at least chosen your first product and are really ready to start selling on Amazon. Now, another question you might have as well, since we're selling on Amazon, is do you have to worry about storing all the products yourself, packing them up in boxes, and then shipping them to each of your customers? And the answer is no. Something called Amazon FBA does all this for you, and that's what makes it such a lifestyle business. Now, FBA means Fulfillment by Amazon, and it's the part of Amazon that handles all of the warehousing and shipping and order fulfillment needs to make this a true lifestyle business. And here's a visual picture of exactly how this all fits together. So there's you and there's me, there's Matt and there's Devin. Our job is to find products to sell and to create a brand, which we're going to show you how to do as well. Then Amazon already has all the customers, 150 million plus Prime members, plus more who aren't Prime, going every single day to their website looking to order the products. So they take care of that part for us as well. You're also going to learn how to find a supplier during this training who's going to manufacture the product and even help you get those products shipped to Amazon. So including those 3 parts right there, at the center of it all is Amazon. And Amazon FBA takes care of everything else. They're going to receive and store the products that you get shipped to them. They're going to pick those products off the shelves, pack those products into boxes. They're going to ship those products to your customers for you. They're even going to provide customer service in case there's any kind of shipping issues or something gets damaged in the mail. And they'll handle all the product returns for you, which is a big concern that I had. I always had these worries about customers wanting to send the product back to me. How do they send them a shipping label? How do I check to make sure the product's not damaged, that it's the same product? Amazon FBA takes care of all of that for you to make this a really simple lifestyle business that all you really need is a laptop or computer from anywhere, and you can manage it from wherever you want to live. Now, after getting set up to sell, the next step then is going to be to find your product, which is the beginning of this entire business. Now, in order to pick a good product, you need to know what makes a good product opportunity. And after years and years of selling on Amazon and finding products for ourselves and finding them for all the students we've taught, we found what makes a really good product opportunity. And there's just 4 things to think about. First is it must be a physical product. You don't want a digital product such as gift cards or music or video games, because we've just found that physical products are the ways to build a brand the fastest and easiest way, because they've been around forever. Physical products have been around for thousands of years, and they will be around for thousands more. And by finding your own physical product, you'll be able to build a brand and an asset that you can sell later on for millions of dollars, hopefully just like what Matt talked about before. You also must be able to private label that product. And if you've never heard of that term, I know that when I started out back in 2013, I had no idea what it was. And then once I learned what it was, I didn't even know that it was really that easy and that possible to do. But to think about it, look at these different milk thistle bottles right here. So this product is milk thistle, a type of supplement, and each one of these is exactly 1,000 milligrams of milk thistle. And if you really, a lot of these sellers right here, they could be getting that product made at the exact same plant that makes milk thistle, but they have a different bottle, they have a different label. It's the same product, but they're private labeling the product and building their own brand out of it. That's how easy it is to do for products like supplements or beauty creams. A lot of companies use the same suppliers. You just get your own bottle, your own label, and you have essentially private labeled the product yourself. Now you may be thinking, what about all these other products you buy online? Flashlights and tents and camping lanterns and I don't know, workout boards and stuff. How do you private label those? Well, it's actually just as simple as that. Look at these workout gloves right here. They're pretty much exactly the same. The one on the right might be a little shinier, but the first two that I'm looking at, those look very, very similar. The main difference is that the suppliers or manufacturer of these have laser printed a logo of the company that's selling this product right there. This could actually be made by the exact same supplier, but the suppliers that and the way that we're going to show you to find them, they know exactly how to do this, and they're very well versed in how to private label products and put your brand and your logo on their products so that you're creating your own brand of physical products. Now, in addition to having a physical product you can private label, you also want to make sure that you find a product that has high demand but room for competition. And having high demand simply means that people are already going onto Amazon and looking for that product every single day. That way, you know that you have sales, you know that you have a product that's going to be having demand right out the gate so that people will want to be looking for and buying your product. But we also want to make sure, though, that it's not overly saturated. Like Bluetooth headphones, for example, like Matt showed earlier, those are one that, yeah, there's plenty of high demand, but there's so many people selling that product that a new seller would not want to go in for their very first product. So we want that sweet spot of high demand, but room for competition. And lastly, you want to make sure that there's good profit potential, because if you can't make a profit off of a product, there's no reason for you to be able to sell it, because the whole goal here is to build a brand that's a profitable brand so that you can change your life. You can make enough money to quit your job, to eventually pay for your house, pay for your kids' education. That's something important for you, but you need to make sure you have good profit potential to not only do the things you want, but also to continue to grow the business. Now, in order to find products that meet these 4 different opportunity criteria, you also need to get a little more granular. And here at Amazing, we've been doing this for a very, very long time, and we've come up with pretty much this calculation or formula that finds products that meet that own good opportunity criteria. We like to find products that are priced somewhere between $17 and $100. You can go above or that or a little below that if you want to. We just found that this is the sweet spot where you don't have to spend too much on inventory, but you also make enough profit off of every sale, so you don't have to sell a huge amount of volume of products. You also want to make sure that the products you're choosing don't have any competitors that have a BSR or best sellers rank of less than 100. On Amazon, BSR is the way that Amazon gauges how well products are selling compared to everyone else. And it's simply like a race. So a product with a bestseller rank or BSR of 1 is the top selling product in its category. BSR of 2 is the second best, 3 is the third best, and so forth. And we know that when you get in these categories, where if you're anywhere in the top 100, those are massive products doing massive amounts of sales every single day. So what we recommend is to avoid those. Simply look for products that go above and beyond 100, and then there's still plenty of demand because Amazon's so big, but you're not going up against the very, very top selling products on Amazon. Next, speaking of competition, you also want to avoid products that have more than 2,000 reviews when you look at the average of the top 10. And there are a lot of products out there that meet the criteria here. You can see products that have less than 2,000 when you average the top 10 together. And that tells us that there's not a difficult entry point for you to come in, start making sales, and getting your own reviews in order to start competing with other sellers who don't have over 2,000 yet. Now, in addition to the pricing, the BSR, and also those average reviews being less than 2,000, there's something else called depth of market, a fairly relatively new term that we started talking about in the Amazon industry a few years ago, but it basically means, are there entry points along the way for a new seller to come in right away, start making a decent enough sales, scale up a little bit more and make more sales, and then finally get to the top and be one of the top 10. And the way that we look at this is that when you're looking for a product, you want to find a product that has 3 or more competitors that meet the following criteria. They're selling at least $5,000 a month. So you know that this has plenty of demand. They have less than 500 reviews. So these products haven't been around terribly long. They haven't gotten thousand reviews. You want to make sure they're also selling for longer than 60 days as well, because what that indicates, it's not a brand new product that's just going through a product launch like Devin is going to be showing you, and they're not just getting a bunch of sales because they're kicking off their product right now or in the past couple months. If you find 3 or more products like this, that shows us as a really good entry point. Now, we also want to make sure that in addition to having a good entry point, You want to know you can start growing and scaling your sales. That's why we also want to find a product that has one or more competitor selling greater than 10,000 a month, less than 900 reviews, but still also selling greater than 60 days. It shows that if you think about this linearly, you have this entry point, you can easily move up and start making even more money relatively simply. And then later on, you can start scaling and really growing your business to $1 million or more. Now, we also want to make sure that there is profit involved. The way we look at it, we only look for products that have a profit margin of 25% or more. That gives you plenty of profit off of every sale in order to continue ordering more inventory and then also increasing your order sizes later on and potentially expanding your brand into more products. Now, another way of looking at your profit is we want to make sure we're getting a return on our investment of a greater than 75% ROI. What this means is that every time you sell a product, let's say for $10, you're not only getting back that $10 that you spent on making that product, but you're also getting back an additional 75% that you can continue to put back into your business in order to continue taking profits out while growing the business as well. Now, if you're looking at the screen right here and thinking, holy cow, that seems like a lot for me to figure out all on my own, don't worry about it, because we've been doing this for a long time. We've actually worked with a software company that we became aware of called Zoof, in the past year or two, and we liked it so much that we actually invested into them in order to help build a tool called Product Spotlight. And this tool takes all those criteria we just talked about and does it automatically for you in order to sift through the millions of products on Amazon and pre-qualify them by putting them through all of that criteria that we just talked about. We also have gotten you, for watching this video here, a special 14-day gift trial. All you need to do is go to www.zoof.com/gift. It's going to pull up this screen right here. You do have to enter your name and credit card number because we do have to verify who you are, but you won't be charged anything during the 14-day trial. And if you find that after 14 days you don't want it, no harm, no foul. Just go ahead and cancel Zoof. You don't even get to send an email. You can do it right inside of the tool itself. But we want to make sure that you have access to this tool that we've been working on and that I'll be using in this training so that you can go out there and find all the profitable products that you want, even during this 3-part video series that you'll be going through. When you do that and you go into the Spotlight tool, this is what it's going to look like. You just answer a couple simple questions. First thing you do is you select your budget, and this budget is how much you want to spend on your first inventory order. That's going to include what you spend on actually paying the manufacturer to make the product and getting that product shipped all the way to Amazon as well. Next, you're going to pick the categories that you're interested in selling in. You can pick up to 5 at a time. You can always redo the search as many times as you want. And the only categories we recommend that you don't select are clothing, shoes, and jewelry, just because in our experience, going into clothing means you have to have a lot of sizes, a lot of colors, and your first inventory is going to be very expensive to do that. So we don't recommend you do that. And we also don't recommend video games because most of those are all digital. And like we mentioned earlier, we want you to focus on physical products. When you do your selection here and hit the go button, then you're going to be shown a list of all the potential products that you can sell. Now, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to hop over and pull up the Zoof Spotlight and show you exactly how it works. All right, so here I am inside of the Zoof Spotlight tool, and there's the little wizard I talked about earlier. You simply click on the next button. This is where we're going to select our budget. It starts off at $10,000. You can go all the way up to $100,000 or more if you want to. We do not recommend that. As a matter of fact, when you're starting off, we only recommend a maximum of $10,000 in your first inventory investment, but you can go as little as $1,000 if you want to. I'm going to start off with $5,000 because that's a really good sweet spot. It should get you plenty of units for your product to launch and also have that product shipped all the way to Amazon. Now I'm going to click next. This is where all the categories are at, and I'm going to pick 5. So let's go with beauty. How about baby products? We'll go with health and household, so we can see some vitamins and supplements in that. Pet supplies, we have a golden doodle here, so I'm going to be interested in those. And then sports and outdoors as well. Covers 5 pretty good categories there. I'm going to click find opportunities. Then Zoof Spotlight's going to do his thing, and within a matter of seconds, it shows all of these great product opportunities. Now, in case you're wondering how Zoof does this, I mean, what it did in a matter of seconds is because we spent years working on this. It goes through the millions of products on Amazon. It looks at the most detailed subcategory, which to Amazon is really a product. So for example, even though you may see health and household as a large, high-level category on Amazon, if you drill down into it, you would eventually find DMA, DMAE nutritional supplements. Also in health and household, you might find a sub detailed category called manual arm blood pressure monitors. Those are products. There'll be hundreds of products in that category, but that to me is an actual product. And every day, Zoof goes through all of these products on Amazon, and it does all the calculations that we just went through. Looks for the prices between $1,700 and $100. It looks to make sure that there are no average reviews in the top 10 of 2,000 or greater. It looks to make sure it has that depth of market of at least 3 sellers doing $5,000 or more, but less than 500 reviews, and 1 seller doing $10,000 or a month or more and less than 900 reviews. It does all that in the background, even looking at profit margins of 25% or higher and return on investment of 75% or higher, so that you don't have to do all of that. It's an amazing tool. There's nothing else out there, and it's going to help us start our journey on building our own brand. Now, if you want to check out these products in here, you simply kind of hover over the picture, and it's going to show you a larger picture on the right-hand side. This I'm not really sure what the DMAA nutritional supplements are. I've never used those. I know I've seen these manual arm blood pressure monitors. Looks like a lot of people have them in the home right now. These are facial polishes, baseball gloves, kind of interesting product I never would have thought of. We have sliding pads for baseball players. We have interior boat lights. Again, another product I would not have thought of. Every time that I run Spotlight for myself, and I still use this in my own business, I'm amazed at all the different types of products that I never ever would have thought of, but that are really good product opportunities. So I'm not really into boating. I enjoy doing it with friends who have boats. So I never would have thought that boat interior lights would be a good product opportunity that meets all of our criteria. So it's still great, even for us sellers used to doing this, to go through Spotlight over time to see what kind of opportunities are available today, because it's an ever-changing market. Now, inside of Zoof, you're going to learn a lot of great data points from it. In addition to, you don't need to know all of them because it's already done a lot of in the background, but if you want to check out some of the more detailed ones, you can see here that the monthly sales, so the monthly units that each product does, this one does over 1,000 per month. That equates to a revenue of nearly $30,000. The average of the top 10 for this product is $754. The average selling price of the top 10 is $28.53. We're estimating, so Zoof does a really good job of estimating the landed cost, and that landed cost is simply what you pay your supplier and what the shipping costs are to get it all the way to Amazon. So that combined for this one is $9.08. That means the monthly profit after expenses would be a little over $12,000, which is a profit margin of 41%. And I won't go through all these different calculations. You just know that you can go through as well and search all these products and check out ones that seem interesting to you. And that's what I would do, because there are thousands of products inside of here that meet our criteria. I would find some categories that are interesting for you, and preferably find at least 3 products that you believe that you might see yourself selling at some point in time on Amazon. One other feature you'll see is called the Zoof Spotlight Score. This is a way of, again, using our experience and knowledge in order to give you an idea of what product that we would sell. What would Matt or Devin or Mike sell if we were looking at a list of hundreds of products? They all look great. They're all profitable. They meet our criteria. How do you really pick one out? The Spotlight Score weighs 3 different things. It looks at the total investment amount you have to put into it. And to me, the less I have to invest, the better. Then it looks also at the amount of competition out there. And one way of looking at that is looking at the number of reviews that are out there and what it costs, how much you're actually spending and making every time that they get a review. And then it also looks at a couple other things out there as well that we would, as far as what's the total profit potential. So you look at the risk, you look at the competition, you look at the profit potential, and it comes up with this Spotlight Score. 100 is the highest, so the closer you get to 100, then the higher this would rank on our list of products that we choose from. Again, you don't have to know all the calculations in there. Just know that if you get caught up and don't really know which one you might want to choose yourself, use the Spotlight Score, and the higher, the better for you as well. Now, let's hop back into the training now that you know exactly how to use Zoof Spotlight. Okay, so once you've found a product that's interesting to you, then the next step is going to be to find a supplier. And just like we have Amazon.com to find products that we want to buy in our lives, there's a site called Alibaba.com that helps sellers like us, or soon-to-be sellers like you, find thousands of manufacturers to make these products for you. If you go to Alibaba.com, you simply type in whatever product you're looking for, and you're going to see thousands of results of companies looking for you, looking for people like you to buy their products and selling online. Now, most of the products that you buy and we buy on Amazon can be sourced on Alibaba.com. And the ones that can't be, I'll walk you through shortly as well. But for example, let's imagine you were selling some kind of outdoor related products, such as a pocket chainsaw. I don't have one of these, but I saw these and this looked really interesting to me. So if you wanted to buy or find a supplier for a pocket chainsaw, you type in pocket chainsaw, and then there's two little things you could actually, two filters you could use on Alibaba to make sure you're really getting the cream of the crop suppliers. The first one is you want to select trade assurance. And that means that of all the thousand suppliers on Alibaba, Alibaba is going to make sure that the suppliers they show you participate in a program called trade assurance, which is basically an escrow program, where if you place an order with the suppliers shown on this screen, Alibaba is going to hold the money for you. So it doesn't go to the supplier. They hold the money for you until you tell Alibaba, yes, the manufacturer completed my order. And yes, this product is exactly what I ordered. And at that point, Alibaba releases funds to that supplier. So only the best suppliers are willing to participate in this because they know they have to really give you a quality product before they're going to get paid. That's why I like filtering on only people who accept that. Next, you can also check the verified supplier. This does an additional level of checks on Alibaba's end to make sure that suppliers that you'll be shown have been verified as legitimate manufacturers participating in Alibaba's program, so that again, you know you're dealing with a very qualified company. Once you do that, you're still going to see hundreds, if not thousands, of suppliers making products for you. And in this example here, you can see the top 4 that I see here are products that are priced for me. This is the cost for us to buy these before we sell on Amazon. The first one is a range between $2 and $2.98. Next one is between $5, $58, and $6, and so forth. And if you're wondering about why there's ranges, it's because the higher the quantity you're willing to buy, the better the discount that suppliers are going to give you. That's why there's always a range on it. It won't be just a flat price. But these prices are really low because when I go look on Amazon, again, I'm going to pull up the Zoof Spotlight tool. And this is actually the Opportunity. It's another tool inside of Zoof. It allows you to assess the top sellers of each product. I did a search for pocket chainsaw. I pulled up this tool called Opportunity Analyzer, and I can see here that the average price for pocket chainsaws is $25.55. And over on that screen before, we saw that even the highest price for the lowest amount quantity ordered was around $6. This tells me already, without even doing the math, this is a very profitable product. Now, even though the average price is $25.55, one of the top sellers is charging nearly $45 for this product. And yes, it looks like this picture here, they went ahead and added some additional features to make their product stand out, which we highly recommend. And I'm going to walk through the process as well. But this also tells me that in addition to selling it for $25, if you made your product stand out more, you could sell it for even more and get a higher profit margin as well. Now, when you're ready to reach out to the suppliers and ask them for some actual quotes, all you need to do is click on that Contact Supplier button that Alibaba shows on every search results page. Or if you actually go and look at an actual supplier on here, there's also the Contact Supplier button right there you can click on. It pops up a little chat option inside of Alibaba, just lets you basically send an email or chat with any of the suppliers on their system. Now, here's what you want to ask suppliers when you find one that is producing a product that you're interested in. First, you want to ask them if they can provide custom packaging, and you'll find that nearly all of them can. You also want to make sure that they have a few different color and logo options for you. You want to ask them what the production time is to make the product for you. You want to ask them what their pricing is and what the minimum order quantities are that you have to order. And then finally, what are the shipping dimensions? You may not need these right now, but later on down the road, that's going to help you come up with a very accurate shipping quote for your product. If you want to see what this looks like in a real message to them, you can take a screenshot of this right here. This is an actual email that I've sent for years to suppliers in order to get all these questions asked and then answered so that I can compare the different suppliers and prices among each other. Now, that's how you look for products on Alibaba.com, but what about products that are sourced in the United States? Because some people want to go ahead and look for products in the United States. Well, these products typically tend to be beauty products such as creams or lotions, or supplements like vitamins and minerals. And it used to be that we would always guide people away from US-based products. For years, we've done that simply because they tend to be a little more competitive, and finding products on Alibaba is so simple and fast, and it still is today. But as Matt mentioned earlier, there are some longer times to get products shipped. It's getting shorter now, it's normalizing, but it does take a while for the products to be shipped, and it may take a while for the products to be manufactured. So if you are interested in sourcing US products, we believe that now is a great time to do that. And when you're looking for those products, it's as simple as doing a Google search. There doesn't seem to be any certain type of site like Alibaba for US-based products, but you don't really need it because Google is so powerful. You simply put in the type of product you're looking for. So in this case, let's imagine we're selling, or we want to sell eye serum. You put the word private label in afterwards, and then Google will show you thousands, if not millions of results of companies that provide private label products like this. This one has 10.8 million results. It's not really 10.8 million private label manufacturers, but there definitely are hundreds of thousands, and going under Google, it makes it real easy to find them. What you'll want to do is then click on the links and go to their sites, find a way to contact them. Usually they have a contact me button right at the top or the bottom, and then ask them the exact same questions that we just went over for the Alibaba suppliers in order to get back quotes from them as well. Now, I mentioned this a little bit before, but one pro tip that we found, and it's actually really important if you want to really have your product stand out, is to make one improvement to whatever product you're going to be starting off with in order to really stand out from the crowd. That really is going to help you get more sales, get more traffic, get more customers. But one little improvement is an easy way to make your product stand out, and it's not as hard as you might think. Let me show you a little trick that we still use today in order to find what those one improvements can be. So again, here's that top selling pocket chainsaw. If you pull up the reviews and then actually click on the negative reviews, these are the ones we want to look at, it's going to go down to the bottom, scroll down, and show you all of the people that did not like this product. And the reason we want to check these out is because I want to see what didn't they like that I can improve upon when I get this product. So let's pull up Brian's review here. He says an absolute piece of junk. And the reason for that was the rope was very thin, and initially said he wondered how long it would last. And then down at the bottom, you find that he pulled on the rope once and the rope snapped. So now after seeing this, I'm like, maybe it's just one person. Maybe one person had a faulty product. Let's go check out some other negative reviews. Well, Stephanie says it wasn't worth their money because she wished the rope would have been stronger. And also Shadow7463 said something very similar, that the rope was getting stuck, it snapped, and they mentioned the rope at least 4 or 5 times in this review here, which tells me now, if that's more than just 1 or 2 people complaining about a very flimsy rope, that's immediately something that I can make one improvement on and have my pocket chainsaw be much better than even one of the top selling ones out there. So when I'd be reaching out to content suppliers, I would ask them definitely, how can I make the rope stronger so that it's better than competitors? It may cost a little bit more to do that, but as you can see here, if you can make a product, one simple improvement to a product that's better than one of the top sellers, it's an easy way to sell more and get your product up and selling quickly. So after finding your supplier, the next step is going to be to place your order. Again, Alibaba makes this really simple. Here's the page where we contacted that supplier. You see it on the lower right-hand side. That's the contact supplier button. Right above that is the start order button. They'll even allow you to get estimates for shipping right here. So if you don't want to deal with trying to ship the product at all, you could start your order on Alibaba, you could pay for it on Alibaba, and they'll take care of all the shipping for you as well. So let's summarize the steps for picking a good product to sell. First, you want to get set up to sell by going to sell.amazon.com. Then you want to find your product using the Zoop Spotlight tool. You want to find your supplier using Alibaba or even Google if you're looking for a US-based product. And then you want to place your order, which brings us to the end of the first step for building a great product, and that is finding a good product to sell. Next up then, we're going to be talking about building a great product page, and Devin is going to be walking through that. And then he's also going to take you on to walking you through how to get the right kind of traffic to really make your product get lots of great sales immediately from day one. All right, now let's recap and give you some next steps as well before you watch the next video. I want you to go out there and get your free gift trial of Zoof at zoof.com/gift. Gives you 2 full weeks to use Zoof. Then pick 3 products, put in your favorite categories, and find just 3 products that are interesting to you using Zoof Spotlight. And then as soon as video 2 is released, be sure to watch it right away. And that's it for this video. I'll see you in video 2.
Can you do that all over again? I don't think it was recording.
On those, so Mike, on those last 2 slides, you said I was going to do the creating a product page. So I don't know if you want to read.
Oh, you know what? Let me redo it real quickly.
That was a good trial run.
All right, so that's step one, how to find a good product to sell by getting your account set up, finding your product, your supplier, and placing your order. Next up, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to create a great product page while your product's being manufactured and shipped. And then Devin's going to come in and show you how to get the right kind of traffic to really kick off your product launch and start growing your sales. All right, we do have a few actions that we want you to take before you watch video number 2. First, be sure to head to zoof.com/gift and get your free 14-day trial of Zoof. Then, using the Zoof Spotlight tool, I want you to find 3 products that you'd be interested in selling on Amazon. And then finally, as soon as video 2 is released, be sure to watch it right away. Now, that's it for this lesson, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hey there, welcome back to our 3-part video series on how to build a 6-figure business in 12 months or less. I'm Matt Clark, and we have with us Devin Dorish and Mike McClary. So Mike, take it away with part 2 of our training.
Awesome, thanks, Matt. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my video so we can get right into the training. All right, thanks everyone. And here we are today to talk about how to create a great product page first, and then Devin's gonna hop in and show us how to get the right kind of traffic for our product. Now, when it comes to creating a great product page, there are several steps you need to go through. They're all pretty straightforward, but they're incredibly powerful. The first is going to be putting the main keyword near the beginning of your title. Next, we'll be focusing on the benefits, not the features of your product. You also want to get some high quality images to put onto your product page. And then finally, you want to get just 5 to 10 product reviews in order to get your product some social proof and really selling. I'm going to go through each one of these in detail, so don't worry about that. Let's dig into the first one then, putting the main keyword near the beginning of your title. One of the things that we found out early on after selling on Amazon for so many years was that when we did searches for products on Amazon, such as, let's imagine the pocket chainsaw that I talked about in video 1, there was a common factor among all the products that were showing up high in the search results. And that was that search term that we were looking for was in the beginning of their title, and usually in the first 5 words of their title. And it wasn't just a coincidence, because after looking at hundreds of listings, we just realized that having your main search term near the beginning title of your product, it gave you extra ranking juice in order to have your product showing up on first page and among all your competitors as well. So that's a simple little trick, very powerful. Just make sure you put your main search term near the beginning of your title, and your product will help show up even higher and higher in the search results. Now, after that, you also want to focus on the benefits of your product. This one doesn't have so much to do with how your product ranks. It has to do with how well your product converts and resonates with your customers. So let's take a look at another of these pocket chainsaws. I think it's a great example to use here. When you look on a page on Amazon for your product, you're going to see what are called, we call at least, the bullet points. Now, Amazon calls these features and benefits. When you become a seller like us, you'll refer to them as bullet points all the time, because to us, that's what they are. But what these are used for is to really sell the value of your product, how it's going to make their life better. And we consider that the benefits of your products. Other sellers are simply going to throw in some facts, the size, the length, the width, all the different features of it. If you focus on the benefits, that's really going to make your potential customers visualize having that product and how it's going to make their life easier. So if you look at this chainsaw right here, they talk about one of the benefits is has incredibly fast cutting time. Another is that it rips through anything. So they're not going to worry about having a weak, flimsy saw that's going to get stuck in all types of branches. They also say that this is the most durable survival handsaw on Amazon, so that they know that customers aren't going to get stuck with a cheap product. They have a 100% ironclad lifetime guarantee, and it also makes a great gift for any occasion. Again, another benefit that has nothing to do with it being a 36-inch thick chain with 42 different points of contact. They're talking about the benefit of being able to give this as a gift for someone who's an outdoors person. This is a great example of how to include benefits in your products to help them convert even better. Now, whenever you find the product you'll be selling, if you don't really know what are benefits or what to include, here's a neat little trick that we use. When you go to the review section for any product, Amazon added this in recently. It shows all the most commonly used phrases throughout all of the reviews. So for this product, they're showing that they use the phrase pocket chainsaw pretty often. Lots of reviewers are saying fire starter. Lots of reviewers are saying easy to use, and so forth. And this is a great place for me to see what are some of those benefits. One that jumps out, easy to use. That is not a feature, that is a benefit of this product right there. Same thing as like butter. That, again, it's not something you read in the specifications, but this chainsaw is going to cut through anything like butter. Also, it has gets the job done, and it's well made, and it also can fit inside of a sportsman's pocket as well. All these different things that people are putting in the reviews that Amazon pulls out right here for us, easy to see, are different items that you could put into your bullet points and really highlight the benefits of a product. Now, the next thing you want to do is make sure you get high quality images. And the best way to get ideas for those is to simply look at your competition. These images here, I wouldn't even call these incredibly high quality, but one of the things they're taking advantage of is using what are called lifestyle images, showing your product in use. And if possible, showing someone having a really great time, smiling, using the product, showing how it's making their life better. The lady here in the brown jacket is using this to cut through trees with ease. In that lower right-hand picture, you can see all of the different shavings coming off of that tree as she rips through it. That's a great type of image to add into your product. So if whatever your product is, think about how people could use that product, get some good photos of people doing that, enjoying it, and put that into your listings, and you're going to have product images that are going to stand out from your competition. Now, in addition to getting high quality images, you also want to get some social proof. And don't worry about getting hundreds or thousands of reviews. You don't need those. You just want to start off getting 5 to 10 reviews. And if you don't know how you're going to get them, the best way to date, even in 9 years into this business right now, it's still having a few friends buy your product and give you a review if they really like the product. And if you're worried at all about Amazon's rules on their terms of service, don't be. Their official terms of service says you're not allowed to get reviews from family members or from employees. It doesn't mention friends at all. So what we still do is when we're launching new products, simply I call up your friends, let them know. You can post on Facebook, let them know you have a new product, probably have a discount starting off, but ask them to buy the product. And then if they like it, to give you an authentic review. All that is exactly within Amazon's terms of service. And it's a real easy way to get 5 to 10 reviews, which will help give you some social proof and help your product take off and start selling. So to recap the creation of a great product page, you want to put your main keyword near the beginning of the title. You want to focus on the benefits, not just the features of your product. You want to get high quality images, preferably including some lifestyle images of people happily using your product, and then use some friends in order to get 5 to 10 reviews to get your product some social proof. Now that covers months 3 through 6 of your Amazon journey, and that is creating a great product page. Next, I'm going to turn it over to Devin, who's going to talk about getting the right kind of traffic.
Awesome, thanks, Mike. Now that we have our product and have created our product listing, in order to grow into a 6-figure business, we've got to get some traffic and launch our product to the top on Amazon. So our main focus for months 7 through 9 is going to be just that. When it comes to launching your product on Amazon, there are 3 main steps that will follow. Creating a compelling coupon that encourages buyers to choose our product over more established competition. Launching a manual campaign using Amazon's advertising platform that I'll show you how to do here in a minute. Finally, we'll cover scaling sales by focusing on the most important areas that drive revenue. Let's jump into creating a compelling coupon on Amazon. So looking back at our pocket chainsaw example, you notice this one here with the green coupon. The coupon badge helps the product stand out in the search results and provides a discount that makes our product more attractive to potential buyers. So let's walk through how to set up a coupon on Amazon. So I've got a screenshot here from my Amazon Seller Central account that you'll have access to once you sign up. The first step is to find and add our product to the coupon. Next, we're going to set a discount amount and a budget for our coupon. You can choose money off or percentage off, and I typically like to do at least 25% off when I'm first launching. Regarding budget, you can start with as little as $100, and keep in mind that you don't actually have to give Amazon $100. Rather, this is just the max amount of discount that's made available before the coupon is closed. So then we're going to go ahead and click continue to next step. Now we're going to give our coupon a name, and we're going to schedule how long that we want it to run for. In this case, I just set it for 30 days. Finally, we click submit, and the coupon will go live within a couple of hours or on the date that we set for it to start. So now that we've covered step-by-step how to set up a coupon to increase your conversions on launch, let's walk through getting traffic using Amazon ads. So I know that the thought of, running ads on Amazon may seem a bit overwhelming or complicated if it's not something that you've done before. I know for me, when I was first getting started selling on Amazon, I knew absolutely nothing about running ads, but don't worry, I'm going to show you a simple way to set up your ads on Amazon. So back to our chainsaw example, you'll notice the ones labeled sponsored. Those are ads, and Amazon charges us a small fee per click that we receive from customers on those ads. So when we launch a new product on Amazon, it may take us a while to start showing up organically in the search results. However, we can pay an affordable amount to show up at the top of search using Amazon sponsored products. Within the advertising menu in Seller Central, you'll notice there are 3 different ad types: sponsored products, sponsored brands, and sponsored display. But for now, we're only going to worry about sponsored products as they have the most traffic and volume. First, we're going to enter our daily budget. Again, this isn't an amount that we have to prepay to Amazon. It will simply be deducted from your sales payout every 2 weeks. Then we're going to choose manual targeting, which basically means we're going to tell Amazon exactly which searches we want to show up for. Next, you're going to find your product and add it to the campaign. Starting out, you'll only have the one product, but eventually you'll have to select from the various products that you offer. Then we're going to enter the keywords that we want to show up for. You'll notice that the same keyword is listed 3 times with different match types. We have exact match, which basically means our ad will only show up when the customer searches for pocket chainsaw double-sided blade. We've got phrase match, which basically means that the customer search needs to include the phrase. So an example might be steel pocket chainsaw double-sided blade. And then finally, broad, which means the customer just needs to include some of the words or search something similar to our keyword. In this particular case, this is really great because it helps us find where new keywords that we didn't think about, or even possible keywords that we didn't think the customer might search for. Then we're going to click on Launch Campaign, and we are good to go. Once the campaign goes live on Amazon, your product will start receiving traffic within a couple of hours. Now that we've got our campaign launched, we should start to see sales coming in over the next several days. So now it's time to scale your sales. Before we jump into what we should focus on to scale sales, let's talk about what we should not do. I know a lot of people think that you need to spend a bunch of money and time on social media, posting content, potentially looking at external ads, trying to get free traffic, things like that. This can be very time consuming, hard to scale, and honestly not very effective for the amount of work that it takes starting out. So what about creating a website? Sure, having a basic website is an important part of starting a business, but you can spend a lot of time and a lot of money building a website, and even more time and money trying to figure out how to get it to convert. We could spend time on trying to find influencers to promote our product, but early on, you really don't have a lot to offer them, and smaller influencers, that might be willing to work with you aren't going to be able to move enough sales to really make a difference. I've been selling on Amazon for over 7 years now, and we're just now starting to explore potential influencer relationships. Finally, you don't need to spend a bunch of time worrying about trying to get your products into retail. There's so much demand online, and more businesses are shifting online, while retail stores across the country keep closing more and more regularly. So let's focus on the 3 main things that will drive 80% of your results. First is decreasing advertising costs. When we advertise on Amazon, they actually tell us where we are making money and where we are wasting money. This gives us the ability to remove keywords from our ads that are costing us money. So let me show you a simple way to trim the fat from your campaigns. Back in our advertising dashboard, we can pull up our campaign search term report. It shows us the terms that customers actually searched, clicked on our ad, and either bought or didn't buy. Now we can filter on 0 sales. You'll notice the terms that had high spend and no sales. We'll select all of the high spend, non-relevant terms, and then click Add as Negative Keyword to add them as a negative keyword to the campaign. This basically just signals to Amazon to stop showing our ads on those keywords. So now that we have decreased our costs by reducing wasted ad spend, let's dig into how we can increase our advertising profits by selling even more. So let's go back to our search term report and spend more money on the terms that are making us more money. So here in our search term report, we can filter our terms and find the ones that have a low cost relative to revenue. In this case, I'm filtering for cost of sales less than 30%. You'll notice that these two that we spent a small amount of money on to drive a good volume of sales. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all the keywords that were similar, where we didn't spend that much, but we drove a good amount of sales. And then we're going to click add as a keyword to add those to our campaign. So just like that, we're able to add more keywords that will help us drive more sales. Now that we're getting more and more sales, let's focus on getting more and more reviews. There are lots of strategies out there to get reviews for your products. Some legit, some can be actually pretty shady. So let's take a look at our favorite method that is 100% Amazon compliant. So a couple of years ago, Amazon added this new feature that allows you to pull up any of your Amazon orders and have Amazon send an email to the customer on your behalf requesting a review. Because that email is coming directly from Amazon, the open rates tend to be pretty good, and we've typically seen review rates around 10%. But it gets better. Once you start selling a lot, I'm sure you can imagine how time consuming it would be to click this button on every single order. Well, that software, that Zoof that Mike mentioned to you in the first video, it actually has a tool that can automate this process for you 100%. So to recap how we go from getting our product and launching it into a six-figure business, we covered how to create a compelling coupon for your listing. We walked through the simple process to set up ads and how to optimize them. And finally, how to scale your sales by trimming the fat, scaling winning keywords, and getting more reviews. So now that we've covered how to get the right kind of traffic in months 7 through 9, you might be wondering, so what's next? Basically, you just rinse and repeat. So months 10 through 12, it's going to be focused on reordering your product, starting to look to grow your brand with additional products. So now I'm going to turn it back over to Mike to tell you your action steps before the next video.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Devin. That was great. All right. So before you go into the next video, there's two things we want you to do. First, choose your top product. In the previous video, we asked you to find 3 products that looked interesting to you using Zoof Spotlight. Now just pick one that resonates the most with you. Then, using the training that we talked about today, go to Amazon, find one of the top competitors of that product, look at their negative reviews, and then find one improvement that you can make to make your product better and stand out. And then as soon as video 3 is available, be sure to watch that and learn how to take your business to the next level. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next video.
Hey there, and welcome to the final video of our 3-part series on the 3-step system to build a 6-figure e-commerce business in 12 months or less. I'm going to shut off my camera and we're going to go ahead and get rolling. All right, so here's what we've covered so far. We've covered the first step, which is pick a good product to sell. Mike talked all about picking a great product page in video number 2. And then also in video number 2, Devin talked about getting the right kind of traffic. So what's left after all this? In the 3rd video today, right now, we're going to talk about how to grow the same exact business you build with those 3 steps to $1 million and beyond. So what's the difference between a $200,000 business and $1 million business? A $200,000 business sells about 19 units a day at 30 bucks each. We kind of went through the math of this in the first video. So about 19 units a day at $30 each. A $1 million business sells 30 units a day, so a little bit more, 30 units a day at $30 each across maybe 3 products or even 3 channels. That's it. So there's really 2 growth paths to $1 million and beyond, and we recommend implementing both eventually. So the first growth path is to sell more products. Say you start selling a nice high quality French press like this. You get it going, you build up sales, you get to that 9 units a day, which gets you to a $100,000 business. You get it up to 30 units a day, and it's producing consistent sales, and you're ready to add a second product. The beauty about building a brand with multiple products is now that you have all these people that have bought your first product, if you do things right, like we teach, you're collecting emails, building a customer list, building a brand the entire time you're selling your first product. When it comes time to launch your second product, you've got a built-in list of people to just send them a discount code and say, hey, check out my new product. So say your second product is a nice grinder like this. You tell everyone who bought your French press, hey, I just launched this new grinder, and as a new customer special, you get, say, 25% off. You get a lot of them that go take you up on that offer. Now you start doing the same process that you learned, that Mike and Devin taught you, creating a good listing, getting traffic using Amazon ads, and start building up sales for your second product, which in this case is a grinder. Now something magic starts to happen. Now every time somebody who buys your French press, you can potentially get them to go buy your grinder, but that's not it, because now you're getting sales from the grinder alone, and everyone who buys your grinder can now buy your first product, or the French press. So you get this going, you get both products going about 30 units a day. Then now you just add a third product. You say, okay, what else do my customers like? They probably want cups and travel mugs to be able to drink this coffee out of. And so now I'm going to add a couple coffee mug products. And so now you've got 3 products going. You get those to 30 units a day each, selling around 30 bucks each. You've got $1 million business. So that's path number 1. Path number 2 is to sell more places. We recommend starting off on Amazon. We covered this in video 1, why we believe it's the best place to start, but you don't have to stop there. Eventually, you could sell on your own website using Shopify as a platform, which is just a technology that allows you to sell stuff on your own website. Then you can even expand beyond that to Walmart.com. Amazon isn't the only game in town. Walmart realizes that, it's still producing billions and billions and billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars a year in sales through its retail stores. But it knows that if it wants to survive over the next 20 to 40 years, it needs to make a big play online. So they're aggressively recruiting brands to sell on Walmart.com. The platform's very similar to Amazon, and it's kind of like Amazon was, maybe 5 to 10 years ago. So now you can go sell the same exact products on Walmart.com also. And the cool thing is, you can even integrate those with your Shopify platform for automatic fulfillment, so it makes it super easy. So these are the 2 growth paths to $1 million and beyond, and we recommend eventually combining both. So how do we know this is possible? This is an example of a couple people that we taught, Jenna and Travis Ziegler. They built an eye care brand. This is a page. If you look up their brand, I Love, which I searched up there, on Amazon, you'll see they have a cool video on there where they're talking about their products. They built a brand from scratch, didn't know anything about this model before we taught them. They were able to sell this business for multiple millions of dollars just last year. They did it by adding more products and selling in multiple places. I believe when they sold, about 75% of their sales were on Amazon. The other 25% came off of Amazon. I've also done this myself. This is $42 million in sales since 2019 in my own e-commerce brand. This is on Shopify alone. We also sell millions of dollars per year now on Amazon. So we're diversified as well. We've expanded also through multiple products. So now think back something, because 12 months may seem like a long time. It's really not. How different, the way I feel like to get the best perspective on this is to think back 12 months in the past. How different was your life 12 months ago? Maybe it was you've had a huge life event, but for most of us, it doesn't seem that much different. There wasn't a massive change. We didn't make massive progress. So 12 months was really not that long of a period of time. However, if you take action and you move forward aggressively towards your goals, in this case, building a business, how different could your life be 12 months from today? 12 months from today, you could have created your own business step by step. You'll own a brand 100% that's come to life, and you've built an asset worth $100,000, $200,000 or more, and your business is producing cash flow, and you've created a path to true financial freedom. This is Sabrina. We taught her how to build this business starting in March of 2021, and less than a year later, she achieved $10,000 a month in sales. She's very excited about this progress, and she's basically built a 6-figure business in less than 12 months. So she's well on her path to going to the next level. So who is this business really for? You dream of true freedom to do whatever you want. You believe there has to be a better path than just waiting and retiring at 65. You believe anything worth having is worth working for. You can invest 1 or 2 hours a day on average, and you know that it's far easier to succeed with a proven path. If that fits you, then we'd like to work with you side by side to build your own 6-figure business in the next 12 months or less, with a program that we call Amazing Selling Machine Revolution. This is the newest version of our Amazing Selling Machine program. So with Amazing Selling Machine Revolution, you'll build a business to gain true freedom. You'll create a valuable cash producing asset that you 100% own. You'll save years of time and wasted money. You'll be able to work from anywhere and anytime you want, and you'll join a community of amazing entrepreneurs. You'll gain confidence following a proven path, and you'll create a company that you can grow to $1 million and beyond. Amazing Selling Machine Revolution is designed around the 3 steps that we've covered here in this video series. Pick a good product to sell, create a great product page, and get the right kind of traffic. So here are the 12 steps to financial freedom with Amazing Selling Machine Revolution. Step number 1 is the new member kickoff call. You're going to join us live with your fellow new members. You're going to get an overview of the program, get a clear blueprint of exactly what to do, meet your instructors and some of the amazing mentors, which I'll talk about in a second. The date of the next live kickoff call is on a special URL that I'm going to share with you shortly. Step number 2 is this step-by-step online training course. You're going to access the new online training course, which is 100% up to date. You're going to get lessons taught by me, Mike, and Devin. It contains 117 easy to follow online video lessons that are divided into 10 modules. You can watch these anytime convenient for your schedule, and they're accessible 24/7 online in the private training portal. This right here is exactly what the platform looks like. You get private access to the amazing.com platform where you can access the Amazing Selling Machine Revolution program. You're going to see videos and lessons throughout the training program taught by all of us. So here's an overview of what the training course looks like. First off, you get the welcome module, which includes the 7 success principles. Then you get the module number 1, which is account and business setup. Module 2, product selection. Module 3, creating your brand. Module 4, building your brand assets. Module 5, creating your product listing. Module 6, launch and rank. Module 7, Amazon ads optimization. Module 8, scaling your business. And as a bonus module, how to sell and source products made in the USA. Step number 3 is the live monthly group coaching sessions. You're going to join us each month for a group coaching session. This is only available to Amazing Selling Machine members. You get answers to your questions directly from us, and you get additional important updates and tips. You're going to meet fellow multi-million-dollar Amazing Selling Machine members. Here's an overview of the coaching sessions that we have coming up. 7-figure seller tips, product selection masterclass, prepping for Prime Day, 7-figure exit interview. We're actually interviewing one of our Amazing Selling Machine members that has sold their business for over $1 million. Holiday order planning, listing hot seats, where we dig into people's actual product listings live. Advertising masterclass, the Black Friday bootcamp, preparing to produce as many sales as possible during the massive holiday season of Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Inventory management, holiday success secrets, annual planning for your business, and last but not least, your graduation from Amazing Selling Machine Revolution. Step number 4 is to get help from the amazing mentors. We have a team of expert e-commerce entrepreneurs that some have built and sold 7-figure businesses. You get unlimited access to the amazing mentors in the private community. You can ask questions anytime you need help. You get answers from knowledgeable people ready to help you. Here's just an example of 3 of our amazing mentors. Eric sells 7 figures a year, has been doing e-commerce for over 10 years. Galia owns a 7-figure brand. She's actually from Romania, but now lives in Chicago. Anna sold a brand for over $1 million just last year, and now she's at it building an even bigger brand. This is the caliber of people in there ready to help you. Step number 5 is you get to access the powerful software tools. Amazon's so big today that you just can't do everything manually. So we've custom built software tools for this program. You get to use the private tools to find the perfect product to sell, and then later use them for keyword research and more. You get useful insights from millions of Amazon data points, and you gain an edge over all other Amazon sellers. As a bonus with Amazing Selling Machine Revolution, you get 6 months of the software that Mike showed you called Zoof, but you get the member-only version for free. This is easily worth $600 alone just by itself. Here's an example of what that looks like. You see that you can apply the criteria for Amazing Selling Machine. Nobody else sees this. Nobody else has access to this other than our members. Step number 6 is to use the amazing ungating service. Amazon restricts certain categories to new sellers, and some of these categories, though, are highly profitable. You might want to sell beauty or health products, for example, so we've built the amazing ungating service for you. We'll help you get approved to sell in nearly any category. So some of these categories, for example, such as automotive, beauty and personal care, health and household, are restricted. We're going to help you gain access to these categories and more with the amazing ungating service that you get for free, which we sell for about $1,500. you get it included. Step number 7 is the personal product review. Once you've chosen your first product, submit the information to us for a private product review. We'll verify that it meets the amazing approved opportunity criteria, which means that it has good sales, low competition, and you can own the brand. That means you're going to be able to move forward with tons of confidence. Step number 8, you get your expert product listing page. When your product's ready, our expert team will do keyword research and competitor research for you. Now remember, this is one of the most important steps of the business. We're going to review your product, which was step number 1. That's probably the most important. Step number 2 is to create the right kind of product page. A lot of people mess this up, so we decided for Amazing Selling Machine Revolution that we're just going to do this for you. We have a team of experts that are going to do all the keyword research, all the competitor research. We're going to analyze the market that you're entering, and then we're going to create the perfect Amazon product listing page for you, which will help you get more traffic and convert better than 99% of sellers. And it's 100% free to you. This is an example of a product that I sell on Amazon. This is our brand. You're going to get high quality product photos like these. We're going to do the keyword research. We're going to help craft the perfect title for you, which is difficult to do because you have to make it readable, include your brand, and target to attract the right keywords. We're also going to craft customized bullets and a description for you. Step number 9 is to join your private launch pod. Each month we run a private launch bootcamp. And now this is only for Amazing Selling Machine Revolution members. So when you're ready to launch, whichever month that is, you're going to join the next live launch pod. Then over the next 4 weeks, we'll walk you through every step to get sales as fast as possible for your new product. This is going to help you grab top Amazon rankings to grow your brand in a matter of weeks. Step number 10 is you're going to get $500 in free Amazon advertising. We want to make sure that you produce sales immediately. Amazon advertising is highly effective and profitable, like Devin showed you. It's the best way to get traffic for your new product. It's so powerful, we're just going to fund your first $500 to Amazon ads for free. We don't get a credit from Amazon, none of that sort of stuff. This is literally coming out of our own pockets. We, that much, want to make sure that you start producing sales. So you're going to launch your product, run your ads, then just send us a receipt showing you spent that much on ads. We'll send you a payment for $500 at no charge to you. Step number 11, follow the path to 6 figures and beyond. These exact steps can help you build a dream business. You're going to find a product, create a listing, and get traffic. Keep working the system until you achieve your goals. Use the community, the mentors, and us. We'll be with you every step of the way. Access the online training videos as long as you need. You can go back, rewatch them anytime you want. An example of how this has worked is Devin himself. He started as Amazing Selling Machine member, and this is from Inc. Magazine's website. You'll see the 3-year growth, 527%. And when he first applied for Inc., his 2018 revenue was almost $3 million, $2.7 million. So step number 12 is you're going to graduate from the Amazing Selling Machine Revolution program. 12 months from now, you'll officially graduate. You'll own a real business you can run from anywhere. You can achieve any financial goal with your business. So at the graduation event, we're going to celebrate your massive success. You'll have transformed your life in a short 12 months, and you officially are an Amazing Selling Machine graduate. So here's a recap of the 12 steps to financial freedom with Amazing Selling Machine Revolution. Join the new member kickoff call, access the step-by-step online training program, join the live monthly group training sessions, get help from the amazing mentors as needed, access the powerful software tools, use the amazing ungating service if needed, then get your personal product review, get your expert product listing page, join your private launch pod when you're ready, get your $500 in free Amazon advertising, follow the path to 6 figures and beyond, just keep rinsing and repeating the same process, and then graduate from Amazing Selling Machine Revolution. And here's what you get with all of this. You get a 12-month step-by-step program, easily worth $7,000. Online video training program worth $3,000. Software tools worth $1,000. Private members only community worth $500. Personal product review worth $500. Expert product listing page easily worth $3,000. $500 Amazon and advertising worth $500. 12 monthly group coaching sessions worth $2,500. The private launch pod worth $1,000. A bonus on how to sell products with a USA products with a proven supplier list worth $1,000. And the amazing ungating service, which we sell for $1,495. You get it included. Total value of all this, $21,495. But the real question is, what is it worth to you to own $100,000, $200,000 or more business, you can grow to $1 million and beyond. To be your own boss, work anywhere, feel free, and feel in control of your destiny. This is an example of somebody who's done just that. This is Ann Ferris. She's based out of Tamarindo, Costa Rica, used to live in Chicago, was a lawyer, hated the lifestyle, moved down to Costa Rica, found us, built her business. Now she lives her dream lifestyle. She owns a 7-figure business that she built with Amazing Selling Machine and now is living an amazing life of freedom. This is Ben and Charity DeVries. They last year during the pandemic, when everything was locked down, they took their kids and went on a year-long road trip in their RV, traveled the world because they were able to build their business on the road from just a laptop. It's hard to put a price on that kind of freedom. We have so many people that have been through this program and have achieved amazing results. We could show you screenshots like these all day long. This is somebody who just launched in December and said made $3,500 in sales in less than a month. She just joined, a matter of months before then. This is a screenshot that we just pulled. And as you can see, this is people earning badges in the platform, $50,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month, $25,000 a month, and so on. As you can see, the true value of Amazing Selling Machine Revolution far exceeds the $21,495 we've outlined. Yet fortunately, your investment to join this program is far less than $21,000. In fact, it's not even half that. It's not even $10,000, and it's far less than even that. Your entire investment to join this is just $44.96. It's actually broken into 4 monthly payments of $1,124. 4 monthly payments of $1,124, and that's it. For that rock bottom investment, you get a 12-month training program worth over $21,000. Coaching from multi-million-dollar entrepreneurs, unlimited access to the amazing mentors for 12 months, unlimited access to the private community for 12 months, lifetime access to the online video training course. You can go back and rewatch anytime you want, and the exact path to a 6-figure or 7-figure business. This is an example a member of ours, of Amazing Selling Machine named Jamie, who went out and built a business. And this screenshot is showing $1 million a month in sales. That's a section inside of Amazon Seller Central. That last line item is your sales in the last 30 days. So he sold over $1 million in 30 days. And this is him celebrating with his family with the big 1M balloons that they bought for him. So now there's a couple options because you could actually pay up front and save an additional $500. So the split payment option is what we already talked about. $44.96 is the total, which is just 4 payments of $11.24. Or you can pay up front, which is the best deal, and save almost $500 and get everything for just a single payment of $39.97. Now there's a bit of a warning I have to give you because we're strictly limiting the number of new members. We're no longer allowing an unlimited number of people into Amazing Selling Machine. I'll talk about why in just a second. This means we have to raise the price to join in the near future. So this is likely the best price you're ever going to see. So what's the true cost though of Amazing Selling Machine Revolution? The upfront and discount deal price that we just talked about, $39.97, doesn't take into account a couple factors. First, you get the free ads. You're getting $500 in free ads, so you can pretty much take that off the top. So we're at about $34.97. You're also getting a free product listing page built by our team of experts that is easily worth about $3,000. So if you take that out, what you're left with is less than $500 just from those 2 items alone. But you get way more than just those 2 parts with Amazing Selling Machine Revolution. You also get everything else on this page. So you might be wondering, with this kind of deal and this kind of program and effort that we put into this, why the heck do we offer this? If you own a business, Matt, worth $40 million, that kind of thing, why the heck are you doing this? We love to help people. We love to help people build these businesses, but there's also another reason. With Amazing, the kind of business behind Amazing, it looks like this. We do free content. We offer the opportunity to train people inside of Amazing Selling Machine to help people start from scratch to build this business. Then for those people who are successful, we graduate them to the next step if they want to join a private mastermind. And then last but not least, the big picture of this entire business is we want to partner with more super successful entrepreneurs, and we hope that's you, just like I did with the e-commerce brand that I've been sharing with you. It was actually started by somebody else. And it was only doing $17,000 a month at the beginning of 2019. I partnered with them, helped scale it to over $2.6 million per month just a few years later. I want you to be that next person, but we've got to get you to those first stages first. That's what everything behind Amazing is about. That's the bigger picture behind this. And aside from us just loving to help people achieve financial freedom, there's also another reason, and this is it for us doing all this. Because we always get that question, so I want to go ahead and answer that. So you're 100% covered when you join. First off, you get the 30-day 100% money back guarantee. When you join today, 100% covered. You get to try out the program for a full 30 days. You get to join the kickoff call, watch the videos, use the community. And if you change your mind, all you do is email support@amazing.com and we'll issue a 100% refund on your program investment. So the next 30 days are really like a zero risk free trial period. You get to try everything out. And if it's not right for you, we'll give you your money back. What we can do in the next 30 days is show you how to find your product. And you basically do this with no risk. You're kind of getting that chunk of this business, that chunk of this program and training for 100% for free if you decide to get your money back. It's really more like a trial period for the next 30 days. So we're going to go way beyond the 30-day risk-free guarantee though. So here's how to build your entire business risk-free, even beyond the first 30 days. We are confident that if you do everything we ask, you're nearly guaranteed to build a six-figure business. We know this is possible in 12 months or less. Now, how confident are we? We're so confident that we're willing to give you double your money back if we're wrong. This is the amazing six-figure double your money back guarantee. If you don't build a $100,000 plus business in 12 months, we'll give you double what you paid back to buy this program. For example, if you do the multi-payment option of 4 payments of $1,124, you're going to get almost $9,000 back. If you do the single payment option of $39.97, you're going to get almost $8,000 back. Now, there's just 4 simple terms. You've got to join Amazing Selling Machine Revolution today. There's no promise this is going to be available after today, so you have to grab your spot today. You've got to launch an amazing approved opportunity product in the next 12 months. You've got to spend at least $500 on Amazon ads. Now remember, we're funding that for you. Once you spend your first $500, we'll basically pay you back that amount. You have to do that before the 11th month ends or before the 12th month start, just so that we know you have at least 30 days at the end to market and sell your product. And if your highest weekly sales are less than $1,924, which is basically just 100 grand divided by 52 weeks, by the end of 12 months, you qualify for this money back guarantee. If you don't hit that sales target, you qualify and we can give you this guarantee. So now time is running out. You must join the current class before it's too late. Like I said earlier, we're strictly limiting the number of new members. We're no longer letting an unlimited number of people join Amazing Selling Machine. Those days are over. The opportunity today is huge. So we need the right people. The reason we're doing this is there's such a massive opportunity that we want to work with the right people and help fuel the rest of the growth of Amazing. So for us to succeed, our members must succeed. So we can only help a limited number of people. We have a hard limit for the current class. I'm going to give you a URL here in a few minutes and you'll be able to see how many spots are remaining. If you miss this class, you'll have to wait to join. Registration closes on the deadline on the URL on the page I'm going to give you, or when all spots are taken. If all spots are taken, which we expect them to be taken soon, then that's it. Nobody else is going to be allowed in, even if the deadline hasn't passed yet. So join Amazing Selling Machine Revolution today. You get everything listed here, and you get the 30-day guarantee, the amazing six-figure double your money back guarantee, and everything else that we've talked about.